Hello there. Say hi if you are catching me live. If you are not, let me know in the comments. If you're watching the replay, this is day one of the whatever I'm starting that I haven't told you guys about. It is the 365 days of live challenge. So if you don't already know who I am, my name is Nu Vang. And if you have not been following me, I'm going to share a little bit about my background with you before I dive into what I'm going to share with you. So, my name is Nu Vang, like I said, and I am currently a human design coach as well as a regular general life coach. And my journey to being a coach started way before, two years ago. But I wanted to kind of introduce myself, and just in case this is the first time that you are catching me, and I was a teacher. I taught third grade for 4 years before I realized that it wasn't fulfilling me. Actually, I realized long before that it wasn't fulfilling me, but I finally had the courage to leave my very safe and secure teaching job, to pursue something which I didn't know at that time, but I made a very brave move to quit my job and then after that I explored real estate. I did that for just a few months before my body totally broke down, and I burnt out, and I was healing from that. And then throughout that journey, the healing journey, I did a lot of self-discovery and dove into personal growth, self-development, learning more about myself, and working with mentors and coaches. And, I first started with free workshops, reading books, listening to podcasts, going on YouTube. That was how I started. And I slowly saw how my life started shifting internally first. It really started internally because even though I wasn't working anymore, I was still feeling just as lost as I was when I was working. And so even though my circumstances changed, I still felt really lost. And so I needed to do that deep internal work in order for me to figure out what exactly I'm here to do, right? And so that journey took me into just this spiritual awakening, learning about myself. And one of those tools that really helped me is human design. And that is when I decided to go into really deep study of the human design system, because at first I didn't like human design because I thought, it's like astrology. It kind of resonates. It kind of doesn't. I thought it was really general. I was like, I don't like personality tests, and I just wasn't giving it a chance, basically. But then when it came back into my life the second time around, and I started seeing the magic, the healing powers, the magic that it provided for me, and it worked for me, and I dove into it. I learned more about myself. I learned about the people around me. I used human design to really love and accept myself and improve my relationships with the people around me. So that's how I got into human design, and took different trainings from certifications from different teachers, because I'm someone who loves to learn, especially about myself, so that I can use that knowledge to empower other people. So I did, several different trainings, and I also then went into getting certified as a life coach, and that journey was also super amazing. It taught me so much about the power of holding space, actually how to hold space for people, how to ask the right questions, how to really allow people and their inner wisdom to help guide them to get to that place where they find the answers within themselves. And that was so powerful. And after 7 months of that certification, I I graduated and I started, doing some coaching along with some of my human design stuff, and started building my business that way. And then just this year, actually, I took a pause in my business because I got into a phase where I was like trying to do a lot, and I actually again broke down in terms of my health, my mental health, and I burnt out from doing too much in my business. And so before it was like doing too much at my other job, and now even though I was doing something I loved, I did not know how to manage my energy and my situation, so I ended up burning out again. And so I really took a pause this year, not this year, 2024, last year. I took a pause for a good chunk, I would say 11 months, where I just took myself off of social media. I unsubscribed from a lot, if not all, of the notifications and the subscriptions that I had via email. And so I really honed back into myself, and that really helps because in human design, my head and my ajna, which is my mind, are undefined, which means that I soak in and I take in other people's ideas, inspirations, ideas, concepts. I take it in, and I take it from so many places because I'm undefined there. I'm open to ideas. And when I don't know how to manage that, that is when I get overwhelmed and I kind of freeze and I don't know who I am anymore. And so that's kind of what happened. It is cold here. Sorry, I am hanging out in my apartment and it is kind of cold, hence the scarf. So excuse the sniffling. I am not sick. I just get this sniffle whenever it's cold. So where was I? Yes, so the pause for 2024, and I again dove on a deeper level into my personal growth and understanding of myself. Hi Tina. Yeah, so that is and now I am back, and that is how the very short version of my journey and how I got to where I am today, and why I am doing this 365-day life challenge. Okay, so here we are, fast forward to today. Today is January 1st, 2025, and it is the first day of the challenge. So for those who are, if you are watching live, I don't really see comments right now, and if you don't say hi or don't comment, I actually can't see you, that, like I can't call you out by name unless I see, at least that's how I think it works, because I'm new to doing lives as well on Facebook, so this is all a new experience for me, and we're going to improve as we go along. So I just see that Tina is on right now, is watching, but other than that, I don't see anybody else. So if you are here, say hi. I don't see any comments right now either, but that's okay, but yeah, so I'm here on day one to announce that is what I am doing. I am going on a journey of 365 days to show up live, to build community, to allow you to get to know me and vice versa, and to just have a presence online, because I have been, I guess, at rest all of last year. And so this year, I really want to come back. I want to come back slowly. I want to really just show up as I am and share with you my whole year. And to me, that just sounds so long and so like challenging, because to commit and to be devoted to this challenge is a really big deal, right? Showing up every single day, whether I'm happy, whether I'm sad, whether I'm feeling like it or not. The only caveat is that there will be some days / weekends that if I go camping and I do not have service, those will be the days that I will not be on live. So that is the only thing that will keep me from coming on live. And for those days that I don't have service, and I know I won't have service, then I will pre-record a video and upload it. I think I can do that and upload it in place of my live. But other than that, my goal is to show up. And I want you to listen to this next part, because I think this is the next part that made me see the beauty of a challenge like this, is that no matter how good or bad my day is, especially on the bad days, this live will challenge me to seek the good in the day, to seek a story, to seek a lesson, to be intentional about how I live every day, so that I can share that gem, that lesson, that anything, right, to share with you on the live of the day. And I don't know when these lives will be in terms of like the morning, the afternoon, the nighttime. I'm really going to just share whenever it feels right to share. But it will be every day, and I am in Pacific time. So if you are not in Pacific time, then you can adjust accordingly. But yeah, I will be doing it every day. And again, the rules for me is that I am going to not limit myself, or not say, look, I have to go on for at least 5 minutes or whatnot. It's going to be however long, and however long I'm called to do it for, and however long or short it needs to be. So to me, that's beautiful, because even though when I think of doing it every day, it's challenging, it's kind of scary, it's kind of like, I don't know if I can do it. But I also build around that structures to make it doable for me, right? Sometimes we have those things where we want to do it, but it feels so big, it feels so scary. But if you are intentional about it and you build in the structure, the support that you need in order to make it successful, then it can be successful. And so that's what I want to do. And a big thing for me this year, and I will talk about it more probably as maybe tomorrow's live, is like just my intention for the new year, right? I will mention it actually, because I think that it is important that I start off the live or the new year with these two intentions that I really am feeling called to focus on this year. And those two, the first one is to receive. So for me, a big word for me this year, 2025, is receive. And I will go into detail about that in a little bit. And the second word is reframe. Okay, so I will go into why I chose those two words. So for the first one, receive, I was journaling yesterday, and I was writing about like what my word would be. I had so many other words, such as like, I think creation was one, because last year I was really resting, and this year I wanted to create more. So I was thinking, maybe creation, or like metamorphosis, or like the becoming, right? I thought of all those terms, those themes for 2025, but then suddenly the word receive landed. And I was like, wait, that's so simple. Receive, like, hello, like I would love to receive, right? But what I didn't realize when I was journaling, and what was really coming through me, was that I actually suck at receiving. Like, I'm not good at receiving. Excuse my language, but I'm not good. And I realized that receiving, in my head, I have been viewing receiving as receiving something good. And I realized that receiving is receiving, right? It's not like, if it's good, then I'll receive it. If it's bad, then I won't receive it. It just comes to us, right? And life just comes to us. And whether it's good or bad, so what I realized that I was doing was that I was shielding myself from receiving the bad stuff. And in the process of me shielding myself from the bad, quote unquote bad, I was also shielding myself from receiving the good. And it's like such a small shift, such a small realization, but I've seen, and I now see how that has really blocked a lot of my receiving, or a lot of the things that wanted to come my way, because I was afraid to be with negative emotions, to be with rejection, to receive disappointment, to receive sadness. I was afraid. And so I did what was in my power subconsciously to protect myself from those emotions that I was uncomfortable with. And in the process, I was shielding myself as well, blocking all the good things that were going to be coming my way, because God, the universe, knows that with good comes bad, with happy comes sad, right? There is duality in life. And when we try to pick and choose what we let in, that's not really how it works. We have to be able to hold both. And like my mentor says, we have to be able to hold duality. We have to be able to hold, like, let's take money, for example, hold the money that is coming in. We have to receive the money, but at the same time, we have to be able to, let the money flow back out into the universe and then let it circulate, right? The collective. And that's just one example, one small example of how I see that, like, in order for me to, with my block with money is that because I'm afraid to spend money, like I was just raised and conditioned to save money, that it was hard for me to let go of money. And therefore, if I don't let go of money, there is no circulation. There is no open channel that their money is circulating in and out. And so this year, 2025, I really want to focus on receiving, and like in all aspects of life, receiving love, receiving, all the good things, love, affection, compliments and all that stuff, but also being okay receiving criticism, receiving feedback, receiving disappointment is a big one for me, receiving sadness, right? Receiving just the whole spectrum of the human emotion. And I think that's one aspect that I realized that I was not good at. And no wonder the word receive dropped into my consciousness of like, I need to work on this. Like, I have overlooked the word receive, and it is so powerful to realize that when you learn to receive, it changes the way people give to you. It changes the way God gives to you, or if you believe in the universe or source or Mother Nature, right? The better receiver you are, the more you will receive, right? Don't you have those people in your life where when you give them something and they are just overjoyed and just so grateful to receive from you? Like, doesn't that make you feel like, I want to give to them again, right? Like, oh, that feels so good to give to them. Versus someone who, and I have these people in my life where when you give to them, they're like, oh, thanks. And I'm like, okay. Like, in a way it's selfish, but at the same time, if I would rather, when I think about it, like between those two people, I would definitely rather give to someone who is overjoyed, who is grateful, who is just so happy to be at the receiving end of what you have to give. And, so put that situation back on yourself. Like, when you receive something, like, are you overjoyed? Are you grateful? Are you complaining about it? Are you feeling like it's not enough? Or are you saying like, this isn't what I wanted, right? So it is a big reflection on us to see how we receive, like what our receiving channel is like. So that is, I'm like holding my phone because I'm charging it, and it is getting heavy because I have a battery connected to it, and I'm like switching my hand out. Sorry. Okay, so let me see. I think I am at a good battery, so I'm gonna take it off. See this huge thing? It's pretty heavy. So I'm gonna put that aside. Yeah, so that is where the word receive come from, and you'll probably hear me talk about it a lot more as I do the lives, but I can't believe I am dedicating myself to this. To me, it is bizarre, but I will look back on myself on this day in the future and be so proud of this version of me. All right, let me see. Okay, and the second word that I want to focus on, my intention, my theme, one of my themes is the word reframe, because just like I was saying about this 365-day life challenge, in the past, I saw it in a way where it wasn't helpful. It wasn't really serving me. And so I didn't want to do it because to me, it was just like, it didn't make sense. But when I heard from my mentor and I also thought about it more and saw it in a different way, I was able to see that this life challenge is going to be so beneficial for me. It will allow me to speak to you, share what I've learned, share what works for me, share little nuggets of life wisdom that I have lived through and impact whoever needs to hear it. And I will get to practice to speak better and speak without ums so much and just be more confident. And there are so many things of good things that will come out of this, and as well as reframing it to like, okay, for me to be intentional about living every day intentionally, and like being able to share a piece of my day with you here as whenever I do go live. So I want to apply that to many places in my life where I want to reframe how I see it, because at the end of the day, in a sense, it's I don't see it as being ignorant, but some people can, is that I am going to choose to see life the way that I want to, in a way that helps me. Okay, so when it helps me, when I'm helping myself, I'm helping the world, the people around me, right? It's a ripple effect. So I'm going to choose to reframe things that are not helpful to me so that I can be empowered with that new perspective, so I can go out and actually, be better, do better. And so that is why I chose those two words. And so far I feel really good about those two words. They feel like not superficial. Sometimes we feel like, oh, my word is going to be like abundance or like happiness, right? So sometimes, not saying that this is you, but if you have those words for your theme, I'm not saying that those are not really heartfelt words, but I've been there before where I feel like, okay, what should I focus on this year, instead of what do I want to focus on, what is really calling to me this year, and really feeling it in my heart and in my sacral. It lands differently when I think of the word receive and when I think of the word reframe. Like, it just has more of a grounded energy. And so it feels right, it feels good, and that is why I chose those two words. So I would love to hear what your words are for 2025 to kick off this year and to kick off the 365-day live challenge. If you would love to do this with me, be my guest. I would love for us to go on this journey together. And if you don't want to do it every day, that's also fine. Again, to remind you, I will not be going on every day just because there will be those weekends. I already have 2 camping trips planned. One of them for sure, I'm pretty sure I won't have service. And so, but I will prepare for those because I want to commit and devote myself to building relationship and just building a legacy in a sense. I feel that I can look back on as I'm building my business this year. I'm really trying to come back online, share what I have to share, do what I need to do, and just live really authentically and be able to help the people that I'm meant to help. And I feel like that's very simple, but that is what I feel like would fulfill me and my purpose here. And I really do believe that our purpose here is to be ourselves, to be our authentic self. And if you don't know who you are authentically, then that's also okay. I have been there. There is a process it is a process for you to really dive deep in and Human design really helps with that, to really help you understand and come back to your true, authentic self. That's one thing I love about that system. But yeah, so that is what I have for you for day 1, sharing with you what the life is going to look like. And if it changes, as it changes, as a manifesting generator, my strategy is to inform and then also to respond. So I'm always going to be informing you guys as things happen, or as I develop new ways or new things about this life challenge that I want to share. So you will always be kept in the loop. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this first day of the challenge. It's a very special day. It's also special because it's January 1st, 2025. And I am happy to ring in the new year with you. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. This morning, I went out. I had a nice little connecting with my fiance before we went out for some coffee and pastries. Went for a walk, and now we're back. We're resting a little bit. He's playing some games, and then we're going to go out for another walk at our new place, at the new trail. So I'm super excited for that. It is a little bit cloudy today, and as some of you guys know, my name means the sun, and I do love it when the sun is out. So when the sun is not out, I do feel a little bit sadder, but like that seasonal affective disorder. I have not been diagnosed, but I just sometimes feel like I do have that, because when there is no sun, I do feel differently. But then again, I also believe in personal power, which is something I will probably be talking about for sure throughout this. On one of these live days is personal power versus circumstantial power. So yeah, I have the personal power to make this day as amazing as possible. And not that I don't think that we all need to have amazing days every day, but we do what we can. All right. I feel like I can talk forever. So I will let you go now, and I'm going to go enjoy my New Year's Day, and I hope you also do the same. And yeah, let me know again in the comments what your words are. I would love to hear. This kind of stuff always excites me, and it lights me up just to know people's plans, their intentions, and just to know that they, have something exciting that they're looking forward to. All right. I will see you tomorrow. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying that. I will see you tomorrow. All right. Bye.